How's she going, boys? Mike here. Welcome back to Grampie's workshop. Come on in, sit down, take a load off. You know, it was 2 weeks or so ago, there was snow on the ground. And today, I'm telling you, the grass is long enough I could mow it. Amazing, eh? Mother Nature, how quick she can change things. But before I can do any mowing, I had to do a once-over on the Husqvarna lawn tractor. So I want to check that over, make sure it's rigged and ready and go for the summer. So I brought that into the shop. Let's go have a look at it. So here's my lawn mowing equipment, or the main part of it at least. This is a 2013 Husqvarna YTH 21K42 ride-on lawn tractor. It's a 21 horsepower Kohler Courage single-cylinder dual-cam engine. It's got a 42-inch dual-blade mower deck. It's a hydrostatic transmission. It has 277 hours on it. And like I say, it's a 2013 model. In fact, it just turned 11 years old this April because we bought it in 2013, April of 2013. So yeah, it works pretty good. I'm happy with that, with this lawn tractor. So like I was saying, the lawn tractor is 11 years old, and I've had some issues with the tractor over the years, but nothing serious. There's 277 hours on it, and you may as well say it's been maintenance free. However, having said that, I do regular maintenance on it. I change the oil filter, the air filter, and I put a fuel filter on it. I added that. And I change those regularly, start of every season. Check the tire pressure, grease the front end, front axles, so I keep those in good shape. I had a couple of issues with the engine. One time, it was always hard to start the tractor. You know, it would start, run great, but when you stop it, go to start again, it was hard to start. And what I found was that the choke butterfly wasn't closing fully, so I had to make some adjustments on the choke cable for that. It was a simple little thing. Once I realized what it was, it took like 3 minutes, literally 3 minutes to fix it. The other concern or issues that I had were with the mowing deck. Of course, you know, mowing grass, 277 hours on it, a lot of mowing, so I've changed blades on the deck several times. But I'm going to say over the last 4 years, I changed the mower deck spindles twice. And that's no fault of the deck or the mower or anything like that. That's just the way I was using it. Ever since we had Hurricane Fiona come through here 3 years ago or more, I've never really taken any time to clean up major debris after the storm. I just sort of mow over it. So you know what it's like when you're mowing and you hit something, crash, 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 crash. Well, that was, you know, shame on me. But I figured if I crashed into it and banged over it enough, it would eventually get broken up and blown away. But the spindles didn't make it, and the debris is still out there, so I have to clean up that debris. And anyway, I changed spindles last year, so hopefully that's going to be the last time I have to change the spindles. But the mower deck, it's a heavy-duty, beefy mower deck. It's good steel in it, and other than me abusing it and breaking the spindles, there was no faults with it. So this year I'm going to try something a little bit different with my maintenance routine. You know, I'm going to change the oil. There's no two ways with that, but you've seen me change the oil in the filters before, so I don't know that I'll show that. But I want to inspect the deck. And there's not a lot to take the deck off, a lot to do to take the deck off of this mower, but I'm going to try just raising up the front of the tractor just to see if I can get a look underneath to inspect it. So what I've done is I've kind of got the tractor set here right underneath. I don't know whether you can see it, but I have a hook here on the beam. So I'm going to put a come along on that, and I'm going to try and raise the tractor up and see if we can do a deck inspection without having to take the deck off. Try that. So I got my come along on here, and I bolted a chain cleat on the front of the tractor, and I hooked my come along into that. And now we're going to try and lift this up and see how we dig out. So I think this is going to work out all right. I'm going to lift it up and I'll show you the results. Well, I got it raised up here with the come-alongs, and there's lots of room under there to inspect the lower deck, but I'm not going to go under there because I have no good mechanical solid supports to support the front of the tractor. And like, I'm not a professional small engine mechanic or lawnmower mechanic, but I do know enough not to go under there unless it's well supported. That's an absolute no-no. I will not do that. But you know, having the tractor raised up here, it puts it at a really good height. I'm going to be able to grease my spindles and the wheels, and I'll be able to check the air filter and the fuel filter when it's up this way. I can too do an examination of the deck if I need to do any real good examinations, I can reach in this way from the side through the exhaust chute. That way, if it does fail, it falls down, it doesn't trap my arm under there, so you don't want to do that. Eh? Never ever work under an unsupported piece of apparatus, no matter what it is. This is not good, this setup. Alright, so I'm going to grease these spindles. I always wonder how much grease you should put in things, but I remember when I was working the oiler we had on our crew, he'd always put at least 2 shots in everything, so that's what I'm going to do. Worked for him, he was a great guy. And I've always put 2 shots in it, and it seems to be working out all right, so I think I'll continue. You know, it would be a good time too to grease that steering quadrant. But in order to do that, I have to start reaching in under there, and I don't want to do that the way this is swung here on the come along. Hear that? Hear that squeak? Yeah. Anyways, when we put it back down on the floor, I'll get at that. But what I want to do now is come around the front here, and I'm just going to have a look underneath and see what kind of buildup I have in my deck, and see if I have to take the deck off. So, looking at the mower deck, there is some grass buildup on it. See some right there, and at the middle it always builds up there. If I just cheat here a little bit, feel that blade. There's a few nicks in it. It's not really bad though. Spindles look good. That noise you hear is the spindle pulley turning in the brake that's applied to those spindles. So I'm going to take the deck off. First thing I do is lower it. And then there's a couple of little, they call them butterfly clips in here. I call them knuckle busters. That one is gone. Okay, there's 2 at the back, 2 at the middle, and then there's 1 at the front. So I think I can get the front one from here too. Just like that. Now I have to go to the other side and get the other 2, and then I can slide the deck. I'll slide it out this way first to disconnect the belts and the clutch spring. Now I can slide it out this way. And we can take our clutch spring off now. And I like to try to take the spring off here if I can, because I want to take the deck right away from the tractor. There we go. So now the deck is free. So I think it's a lot easier to do this and safer to do this to get the deck off than to pull the front of the tractor up with those chain falls and work under it unsupported, eh? Don't ever do that, folks. So now's a good time to drain the oil. So to do that, we take this side grill off here. There we go. Just a little clip button like that. And then that pops up. So I'm going to get my drain pan set up under here. And there's also, I have a tube that I put on this drain plug here so that the oil will spill into the drain pan instead of all over the chassis. So I'm going to go get that tube, we'll set up and drain the oil. And the oil is coming out now. Sometimes you can raise like the far side of the tractor up a little bit to get the oil to drain out a little bit quicker. So we might try that. So while we're here, we check the air filter. pre-filter is in the cover. I thought there was no pre-filter on it, but the air filter looks good. And the fuel filter, let me see. Yep, that's all right too. I think I'll just leave that all like that. I'm going to put the oil back in now. It takes 1.5 liters. I usually have it poured out in pre-measured amounts, but I didn't get that done. So let me see, there's just a little over 2.5 liters here, so I should have a liter left when I'm finished. It's a 10W30 regular oil, it's not synthetic. I often wondered if I should put synthetic oil in, but I haven't gotten up the nerve yet. The thing about synthetic is it's so expensive, and I change the oil every season anyways. So I'm figuring I'm just going to go with regular oil. See what happens. So just a little over a liter left in that. Almost full. I didn't show changing the filter, but I have changed the filter, and before I put the new filter on I filled it up with oil, so I think we might be good there. We're going to start it up, let that run, and then shut her off, let it settle, and then we'll check the level again, see if we have to top it up any. I'm going to use my blower to clean the deck. So that worked good. We'll flip it over now and scrape the bottom a little bit. Wasn't all that dirty, you know, but I think it was worthwhile flipping it over and doing some scrubbing on it. Just going to clean out that, vacuum it up now. So I'm going to try this. I don't know, I've never even tried this before, I just thought of it just now. Silicone spray. I'm going to try spray that on the deck, see what happens. Maybe the worst thing ever do, right? We'll never know until we try it. Empty. So it's a good thing to use it on. I hate to finish up the can. So I was using my new RPM gauge. I'm not sure how to hold the reading on it yet because I didn't read the instructions. But at low speed it was 1780 RPM, which I think is pretty decent. High speed is 3300, 3250, something like that, which I think is right on the mark too, so that's good. Plus I took some lithium spray and sprayed the tie rod ends from the front end, and I sprayed the steering quadrant. So I think we're good to go now. So I left that silicone dry there on the deck for the rest of the afternoon, and I come out last night after supper and I put the deck back on the mower. So we're ready to mow whenever the weather breaks, which I expect to be any day now. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little video about doing some springtime maintenance on my Husqvarna ride-on mower. Don't forget to thumbs up me, folks. Have a great week too, wherever you are, and we'll talk to you.